Good morning, this is Homestead and Rental. Tim here. I've got a simple recipe to make homemade southern cough medicine. Now, this uses moonshine, and this is legally bought, and this is from Georgia Moon, and I did purchase this at the ABC store, so for all you federal folks out there that view YouTube, I am a legal beagle. So this is a real simple recipe. It calls for 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. It calls for half a pint of molasses, half a pint of Georgia Moonshine, or any moonshine. This is legal, and I'm going to repeat that. This is legally bought moonshine. And 6 peppermint candies. Now, to make this, we're going to crush this up. And we'll come back to you when this is crushed. Alright, so we're back with you. Here's the peppermint candies, and you can smell the peppermint oil in them. Now, if you don't have peppermint candy, you can use food-grade peppermint oil. We have used that before. I prefer to have a little bit of this in here, the candies themselves. You put it into a saucepan because we are going to heat this up, not enough to evaporate the alcohol, but enough to get it all warm, infuse it, mix it all together, and then pour it into our pint jar. We're going to put just about this whole bottle in here.
Well, we've been using it.
We've used about a third of it, maybe just about half. We're going to use most of this in here, and then Helen's got another recipe to use the rest of it. And don't mind the mess right here. We are actually packing things up, getting things ready to move.
That's another video.
But that's another video in itself. I do have another video on the reason why there's only a half a jar of moonshine in here, and that is a separate video.
I wouldn't put all of it, just put a little bit in it. Yeah.
This is 100 proof,
and
that's about half. Now, if you don't have moonshine and you still want to make this, you can use vodka. I actually have a wheat allergy, and grain-based alcohol really bothers my my digestive system. We'll just stick with that. So I do use a corn-based alcohol, as much as possible. And in the South, had to learn a few different recipes. But be on the lookout for my apple pie moonshine recipe, and that is legally made apple pie moonshine. That is a future video. Just plugging it now because I can already tell you that the people that have had it have loved it. What you're going to look like is this is what it's going to end up looking like. And if you get a close-up in here, Helen, it's actually got the molasses at the bottom, and those pieces of mint candy are actually already infusing together and mixing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the stove, and we are going to heat it up so that it's nice and mixed up. And when we get there, I will bring this back and we'll show you what it looks like. Good morning, this is Tim again. Just showing you what that consistency should look like. And as you can see, the candy's starting to melt together with the alcohol and the molasses. Now this is really, really strong. This is basically almost 100 proof. So you don't take and sip a bunch of this. We're talking maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons would be enough. Usually a pint jar of this lasts us about most of the winter here. And this is a very southern recipe, and each family does have their own. I did forget to show putting the lemon juice in. I did put that in, so that is in here. And I know some families put a little bit of secret spicing in there. I've heard of black pepper. I've heard of cayenne pepper. I've also heard of putting some cinnamon in there. All sorts of different things. But each family had their own recipe. This is my recipe, and I just figured that we would give you a little look. So I'm going to keep stirring this, keep working it up, and yep, it's homestead carved wood spoon. This is out of a piece of black walnut.
Alright, here's the finished product. Now, we chose not to put lemon juice in it this time, and we like the taste better simply because the peppermint really comes out. Really, do whichever one you want. Tim said earlier to take 2 to 3 tablespoons. Yeah, that's too much. Please don't do that. It's 1 tablespoon for like a moderate cough, 2 if you're really, really coughing hard, because this stuff is strong. It's going to put you to sleep. And we don't want to be responsible for anyone having any issues. So, make your own decision on this, whether you want to make it. So we hope this helps. Homestead and a Rental, over and out.